Welcome back, Serial Eaters, to another edition of What's in the Box. So what have we got for you this time? Well, this is a real classic offer from the 1970s, and it's Quaker Sugar Puffs Frog Spitfire offer. Let's take a look. So sadly I don't actually have the full packet for this one, but I was really pleased to get the packet back, which has obviously got this very iconic image of a Spitfire flying, and then you've obviously got an image down at the bottom there of the actual Frog Spitfire model being made. And you got this by actually sending away 8 tokens to Sugar Puffs, 4 of which had to be these special Spitfire ones, and 8.5p towards postage. And what you could do is you could also send away for a sort of a paint packet as well. So that cost an extra 15.5p. Those were the days, eh? Anyway, so that's the packet. So you'll see that it actually says this is a Frog model. This was one of the sort of manufacturers around at the time. They actually discontinued in 1976, so this offer predates that. So I'm guessing this is very, very early 70s, so maybe 70, 71, something like that. Anyway, when you sent away your vouchers, this is what you got. You got this box here, mail away box with a colour sheet, instruction sheet of how to colour your Spitfire and the various mixtures that you needed to do. And you'll see that there's a choice of 2 models that you could make out of this based on the transfers, either a Mark 9C or a Mark 8. There we go. And this is the kit as well, so obviously black with transfers and other bits and pieces. So let's have a look inside, shall we? So I have pre-cut this already, because I plan to build it. So you get a stand, there's a windscreen there, got no idea what that is, it's obviously a sticky for something or other, and then you've got 4 parts, so it's very similar to an Airfix kit. Oh, I see you've got a damaged propeller. I'm going to have to glue that together. We've got the transfers there as well, and we have the fold out instruction sheet. So lots of detail there. So the first thing I need to do is primer this, so I'll go off and spray it and then show you how the build progresses as we go along. So I've now primed all the pieces. They've all got this sort of grey on them. I've repaired the propeller, so that's looking okay now. And I generally tend to actually primer both sides of the actual plane, because invariably when you come to paint it, you find that some pieces like this, pieces of the tail wing, are double-sided, so you need to paint both pieces. Also, one of the things I've realised now is that you've got different elements depending on whether I want to make the Mark 8 or the Mark 9 plane. So I'll have to work that out as I go through. It's a fairly basic kit actually. There's not very many parts, not like the Airfix one, so should be fairly straightforward. So I've got my glue, I've got my clippers and my paintbrush, so let's get working on some of these pieces, and I'll show you the various stages as I go through them. So I've done some of the initial painting here. I've done obviously the wings, and I've stuck the wheels down because I think it always looks best when it's flying. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. And then I've also had to start cutting out some other bits as well, just so that I could get some of the pieces connecting. I wasn't expecting to do that, but yeah, I've got this sort of undercarriage piece to put in as well. The propeller's looking pretty good now. It's all glued together. And here's the man. Hopefully you can see him okay. So the pilot looks pretty cool. He's in his RAF colours, and yeah, it's quite small. Let's get gluing the bits together then. So finished the build now. Propeller's all on and it turns, and the man's in the cockpit, and we've got all the wings on. It's a very simple build actually, which is quite straightforward. It's now ready to paint. Let's give it a go and see what the final result looks like. So that's the painting all finished now. It's the final product. I've not put the windscreen on yet because I need to give it a coat of varnish. Next steps obviously to put all the transfers on. So yeah, it's coming along quite nicely. So this is the final result. Finally finished it. I've got all the transfers put on. There were loads of transfers actually, all these detailed ones on the wings, which was quite cool. And I've obviously managed to glue the windscreen on without getting glue all over it, which I used to always do as a kid, and it would always be very frosted and horrible. So yeah, it's not a bad model. I do like the stand. It's it sort of looks quite good on that, and you can actually sort of move it around a little bit as well to get it into different positions. So I did actually do a comparison with an Airfix model as well. So this is the Frog one, and this is an Airfix one that I've done from a few years back, and you'll see they are exactly the same size, so they have done them in the same scale. So overall, I'd say this is a really nice model. I'm sure a number of the experts out there who are really into model making would probably cringe at my effort, because I tend to do it as I see it, and I don't sort of put any weathered effects or anything like that on it. I keep it really simple. But you know, I guess my skills at model making have improved over the years. I used to be pretty rubbish as a kid, and this one actually looks quite good. So at the end of the day, I really like this software. It's fantastic to have actually made one of these kits. I think Frog ones actually are quite good. The parts actually seem to fit better than actually some of the Airfix ones have in the past. So I was quite impressed at how simple it was to put together, and also just how easy all the parts join. So really, really nice model, this one. So I hope you enjoyed seeing me making this model. As always, if you're interested in this and other serial items, then please subscribe to this channel, like and share, or visit my website serialoffers.com. Click on Quaker and then Sugar Puffs.